Hello, this is Jessica, TheCraftEGal. I'm also admin of Fabric Stash. Today I'm going to show you how to measure your fabric because there seems to be a lot of confusion about how fabric is measured. I pretty much work exclusively with knit and fleece. So here on the floor I have a 1 yard cut of dragons, unwashed. It is folded in half currently. As you can see, I have lined up the print. This right here is called the selvage edge. This is the manufacturer edge. So when it's open, you're going to have two selvage edges. The white is extra. We do not count the white in your measurements. Your measurements that we give you are from this printed edge all the way around to the other printed edge. So when we cut your yardage, we cut from this end up to that end. So here you can see I have a yardstick sitting on this edge of the fabric. So this is what 1 yard of fabric is. This is 36 inches of fabric. To measure your selvage edge, we're going to take our yardstick, line it up on this edge, and we're going to come over here. Now I've made it so that the print is even, or very close to it. Not quite as even on this side. But so we've got between 33 and 34 inches. Doesn't want to focus. So we've got between 33 and 34 inches. So that gives us a total of 67 inches. So this fabric cut right here is 36 inches tall, which is 1 yard of fabric, by 67 inches wide. Now, if you were going to cut the fabric to resell a fat half, you would literally cut, how I have it folded right now, get my fingers in there, you would cut like this, all the way along that length. If you were to sell a half yard, you would go right down the center, which I have a nice handy dandy fold there right now. You would go right down the center and you would cut all the way along the center, so the person would be getting this entire strip of fabric here. This half on this end, both sides. If you are selling a fat quarter of fabric, it's literally a quarter. Anytime you have the word fat, it's the same amount of fabric, it's just in a fatter form versus a skinny form. Because if I was to cut a regular quarter of fabric, a regular quarter yard of fabric would be about that much. It would be this entire strip right here. A fat quarter would be 1 layer of what we're seeing, just this top piece of fabric, but a half yard height. So 18 inches by whatever the width of fabric is. The difference between quilting cottons and knits, which some people don't realize, is that it is by the width of fabric. So a fat quarter is half a yard high, but only half the width. So if you had a quilting cotton, which are 44 inches, you're going to have a 22-inch wide strip. In this case, you're going to have a 33.5-inch wide strip. So that is some of the basics of how to measure fabric. Most people will list height by width of fabric. So if you're selling a piece of fabric that is, say, 36 inches long, so it's a yard long, but it's only 40 inches wide, you would want to list it 30 inches by 40 inches. And when you wash your fabric, you are going to lose measurement, so always be sure to tell people if it's pre-washed or not. So that is the basics of how to